Hey, welcome to another episode of Legion Elite Motorsports. I'm your host Isaiah, and today we're going to change the clutch master and slave cylinder, and let's get to it. Hope you guys enjoy. Alright, excuse the noise in the background. Gotta wash a bit of clothes. Alright, making some room. Okay. So next, what we're going to do is we're going to move the brake fluid reservoir out of the way, including the clutch reservoir out of the way. And what we'll do is we will take those out, and I'm going to get this car up in the air because we're going to bleed all of the clutch fluid, which is brake fluid. And if you look back here, this, well, most of it is a result of brake fluid. Brake fluid eats paint and exposes the raw metal. So raw metal exposed to the ambient air and temperature and all of that will rust. It's as simple as that. So I'm gonna go get this car up in the air, and everything is on the driver's side, and I'm gonna show you how to drain the fluid. Okay, so the car is up in the air, almost about a foot. Okay, and remember, we're on the passenger side, so you see the slave cylinder here, right? And the massive amount of fluid leaking. It's power steering and a little bit of oil pan and a little bit of rear main seal, I'm sure. And so we're gonna get closer. All right, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna get a drain pan of some kind, and what we're gonna do, instead of bleeding it, we're just going to unbolt it, and it's just gonna have a steady stream. We're gonna drain the fluid like that, and even though this hasn't given me any problems, we're gonna replace it anyway, because I'm pretty sure the messed up clutch master, all of the fragments are in this too, so that's not gonna be good. So we're going to crack this loose. This is a, I believe, a 14 or 15. So we'll crack that loose, drain the fluid, and then start taking everything loose up top. All right, so let's get to it. All right, so we're gonna take our 14, and it is a 14. Crack that loose, like so. Got our drip pan. Alright. And we're just gonna let that fluid flow right into the drip pan. Alright, so we got that stuff loose there. We're gonna leave the pan here. These are 14 millimeter as well, including this. So you pop all of that stuff loose, like so. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to push the clutch pedal down and lift it back up so we can get the remainder of the fluid out, and we should be good. And I'm going to go up top and loosen the bolts for the clutch master, including the pin and everything. So I'm going to show you guys that next. yep, move on. Alrighty. That should be everything out. And then if you look up here, alrighty. See, we got a pin right there. We're gonna pull that out, which will release the clutch master. And then we're going to undo. Let me see if I can get a better shot. Then we're going to undo the 2 bolts here for the clutch master, and that will be done. Alrighty. So on the opposing side, you're going to want to take these 2 12 millimeters out, which loosens up everything, and then you'll see the bolts. Let me see if I can clear that up. Perfect. You'll see the 12 millimeter bolts there and on the bottom side to take the clutch master out. And that's it. And we'll be able to take all that good stuff out and be done. So first I'm gonna loosen the pedal from the assembly. Then after that, I'm going to look at all of the fragments left in there. That's going to be cleaned, of course. So I'm going to do the clutch master first, or the pedal first. Then we're going to dive into the actual master and take it from there. Inside, it pretty much goes like this. Okay, that's a runaway bolt. But anyway, so you got the carter pin, washer, then this little piece that slides in. You take that off, and then you're done for the inside of the car, at least for now. Then from here, you're gonna loosen up this 10 millimeter, which is gonna separate this one from this one. And you're gonna move this big one for the brake fluid out of the way. And the clutch fluid is going to stay where it's at. And then once this is out of the way, we're going to take the 2 12 millimeters off at the bottom, which I'm going to show you in a second. And we will be able to take the clutch master out. Okay, so with that 10 millimeter out of there, brings you to this point where you're able to move this. All right, so with that moved out of the way, brake fluid is still in there. You are going to see there's 2 bolts and 1 line. So you're going to take a 10 millimeter line wrench if you have one. If not, it'll be a regular 10 millimeter open hand, and take this hard line out. Then after that, you're going to take your 12 millimeter, loosen the top and bottom one, then the whole unit will slide out. Okay, and now you can see all of the brake fluid that's been spilled over the years, it eating away the paint and starting the rusting process. So pretty normal. So anyway, so we're going to take this unit out and take it from there. Okay, so there is a bolt at the top here, which is a 12 millimeter. Then there's a bolt on the bottom. To get to the bolt on the bottom, you have to go on the inside of the car. So let's go inside of the car. All right. And you go up your clutch pedal. then you take that 12 millimeter off right there. Put everything here so you don't forget about it. Right? And now your whole assembly is loose for you to take it out. So now, of course, you don't want to get rid of this bracket. Let me see if I can grab it. Let's see if I can just lift this whole thing out. Okay. Alrighty. There we go. Alright, so there is some sort of a protection there, which is definitely corroded and destroyed, but basically you want to keep this guy because that's going to be reused, and you're going to want to keep this guy. If you want, you can definitely change the hose, which I'm pretty sure it's, oh wow, oh, it's still rubbery. Okay, so it's not petrified. If yours is petrified, definitely by all means replace that hose. But after that, this is pretty much trash. And yeah, we're ready for the new one. All right, so this is the new unit and it is ready to go in. So now what we're gonna do is we're going to fish the unit back in there, and we'll button everything up, and you can adjust your throw from this piece here, which I'm going to pre-adjust that and should be good to go. And as far as the adjustment for here, for a pedal feel, some people like the short throw to where the clutch engages close to the bottom. I actually like a longer throw, so I'm gonna leave some meat back here. Yeah, so I have mine pre-adjusted like so, and I'm gonna lock the locking nut down, and we should be good to go. I think once this is put together, I should have a very soft pedal. The reason my pedal was hard before was because the diaphragm in the old one was disintegrated, so there wasn't much glide. It was more leak and glide. But anyway, cleaned out the container. Gonna lock that down, and we're gonna reverse what we did to install. So I'm gonna get started. Okay, so I got just the top bolt in. You may have to adjust this piece, which is this screw here, just a 10 millimeter. Loosen it up and just twist it. Don't pull it up or anything like that. And after that, this is in position to bolt up. All right, and then next, before you put this piece back, you have to connect this piece, which is another 10 millimeter, so that's no big deal. And then once that's connected, I'm going to go inside, tighten up that other 12 millimeter bolt on the bottom, and this will be pretty much complete. Okay, so everything here is together and complete. Oh, except this 10 millimeter to hold the reservoir still, of course. But once that's done, I'm gonna cap that, and then we're gonna move to the inside of the car to put everything together there. And the top end will be done. We're gonna slide in the slave cylinder, which should be quick, and that will be complete. Okay, so now we're moving to the inside, and I want you guys to see what we're working with before we get started. So, as you can see here, that is the clutch master, and we have to get it on. Let me see if I can get my hand up in here. Okay, so we have to align it with that hole in the clutch pedal there, and that will be it. And then of course we cannot forget the screw at the bottom. The screw right there, and that will be it. So you can see it's not lined up currently, but it will be shortly. So let me put this together and it will be good to go. Okay, and this is it complete. You have your Carter pin, everything is aligned, and when I push the clutch, you see the clutch master is doing its thing, and that's a success. Now, slave cylinder. Okay, last but not least, so you want to use your 2 mounting bolts there to mount the slave cylinder up, so you can tighten down this fitting here. And all of these are 14 millimeters, so no big deal. Also, you want to make sure that you get new crush washers and everything to assure that it doesn't leak, and take it from there. So after that, before you mount it up and bleed it via clutch pedal, what you want to do is you want to fill the brake fluid up, right? And you want to get all of the bubbles from here first, then you want to move to the clutch pedal. So you fill it up with brake fluid, and you're going to push this in and out, and you're going to see bubbles at the top. Once you see all of the bubbles clear up and you just see fluid moving, then you can mount this up, connect it to here, has a little pivot bushing to fit into that, and then you start bleeding the actual clutch master. So, and of course, as you get the air out, the pedal's gonna get tighter and tighter. Now, if it feels a little, light, you're pushing the clutch pedal and it's doing what it's supposed to do, but the clutch pedal is extremely soft, that's pretty much normal. These are new components, and if you want it to be stiffer, get a stiffer pressure plate, and that's guaranteed to fix your soft pedal. But other than that, as long as it's doing what it's supposed to do, then you're good to go. Hey, hope you guys enjoyed that episode. Definitely going to continue on this journey to drop the clutch. Hope you guys enjoyed. Show some love, comment, questions, you name it. And also, definitely if you are trying to get any products for your conquest, let me know. You can go to legionelitemotorsports.com, and everything can be accommodated right there on the site. So, make sure you drop a comment here, check out the website, And I'll see you guys next episode.